Beverly Hills Cop Axel F is a legacy sequel that is full-on fan service. It has everything really that a fan wants. If you love this franchise, you will really enjoy every beat of this film. This is nostalgia plus. And I tell you what, Beverly Hills Cop Axel F is a fun ride. From start to finish, it is just so nostalgic. Now, the original Beverly Hills Cop, in a way, was lightning in a bottle. You had, Eddie Murphy at the start of his career. He was a young 20-something guy, and he was fresh, he was vibrant, he was fast, he was funny, he was raw, really. And he brought to the screen such a winning charm. And this film, Part 4, after all of these years, you see an Eddie Murphy that is 63 years old. He's seasoned, and it has a neat little tweak here. He has a daughter. And I think that idea of having Axel Foley older and in some ways a little wiser with this daughter makes for a truly fascinating watch. Obviously, this film has strong appeal to those that love the franchise, but I will definitely say that, if you haven't experienced this franchise before, you will get something out of it, because that's the legacy of Eddie Murphy. Everyone knows who he is, and everyone's experienced Eddie in some form, be it Axel Foley or whether it's the donkey in Shrek. They've all had a taste of Eddie. It could be Nutty Professor is your background. But revisiting Eddie now at 63 is exciting, and seeing one of the most beloved screen characters moving on in time is really cool. So I think, if you haven't experienced a Beverly Hills Cop film before, you will still get something out of this, because Eddie Murphy is a strong player. When it comes to comedy, he's a name that's known, and really, if you've seen other things, you will be curious to see this guy revisit a formula that works. And there's an Australian guy that actually directed this film. His name's Mark Malloy, and he's a Beverly Hills Cop superfan, and this is his first major film, which is really, really good. And it's just so great to see that, a kid that was once watching Beverly Hills Cop now gets to make his own Beverly Hills Cop movie. So obviously he was the man for the job, because he got those affectionate odes just right. It has all the elements from parts 1 and 2 that we've come to love: the characters, the situations, the music, the action, the comedy. So I really think the director did a wonderful job. And I've heard actually he took a little bit of a leaf out of Midnight Run's book. Do you remember Midnight Run, which was this great road movie that was action and comedy fueled, and it starred Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin? That's a fantastic movie from back in the late 80s there. And Midnight Run was directed by Martin Brest, who gave us the first Beverly Hills Cop. And I think I heard that the guy that's made Axel F was watching Midnight Run, and he kind of tried to bring some of the Midnight Run-isms into this film, particularly when it comes to Eddie and the daughter. So I find that really interesting. And for the most part, when you watch those scenes, you can see where he was coming from. So it's great to see an Aussie behind the scenes of a Beverly Hills Cop film, and I think he really did a fine job. Look, I'll tell you now, this is not the greatest sequel of all time. This is a legacy sequel that really gets things right for fans. And I think it's also a serviceable movie for today's crowd. It offers action, it offers comedy, and I tell you what, for those that just love the music of Beverly Hills Cop, and there are so many fans out there that just adore that soundtrack, this film really delivers when it comes to the music. I mean, when the film kicks off, it just gets into the heat is on right from the get-go, and it kind of puts you in this happy place. You immediately are transported back to 1984. You're riding in a car with Eddie Murphy, and you think, wow, where have all the years gone? But it's great to revisit with friends. So it really puts you in a great spot. And when that first action sequence kicks in Detroit with the snowplow, and you get Shakedown, that Bob Seger track, there's a little reworking of that, and that kicks in. That was kind of the big theme from Beverly Hills Cop 2. And I tell you what, that really smashes things as well. So the reprise of the classic music really adds layers to this. And of course, one of the coolest songs from the Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack, one of the unforgettable ones, was Neutron Dance. And the reprise of Neutron Dance later on in Beverly Hills is just a riot. So it kicks in at the right time, once again in an action sequence, and the memories just come flooding back, and you just savor the moment. So they got those music cues correct. So I really think from a music standpoint, this movie does not go wrong. So good things aside, it's not a perfect sequel. There are problems with the film. But I might save that for another video, I think. It's just a topic that I might talk about on another day, because really this is a celebration, I think, of Beverly Hills Cop 4. Let's just enjoy it for what it is. I mean, I could be nitpicky, and I will be nitpicky eventually, but let's just savor the moment. Let's be thankful for what Netflix has delivered. Paramount stepped away from this one. The money people at Netflix went, we've cut a deal with Eddie Murphy. We do think this will be cool. We will move forward. And it tries very hard to revitalize all those favorite moments from the past and make them feel fresh. And for the most part, it does that. So I'm not going to be nitpicky now. Let's just enjoy everything to do with this film, because it just offers so much joy to so many.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang. But in the meantime, please check out these other episodes.